Alright, so someone the other day told me to try athletic greens with sparkling water, so we'll give her a shot. Alright, just screw her in. One more time. Next up, get your greens. We're gonna mix it in just a little bit of water so it dissolves. Give her a good shake. We're gonna try and use the milk frother and see if we can make it foamy. Next up, grab your glass with ice. A few people asked in the previous vlog where I got these, so I'm gonna link them in the description box. There you have it. All right, we got a little bit of foam on top. Honestly, pretty dang good. I can definitely see this at like a bougie brunch spot being called like the green elixir, and they charge like $17 for it with a splash of orange juice. Honestly, I'm into it. Tummy rubs. Hi. Hi, buddy. Today's just one of those rainy days, you know, Jasper? Here, Jasper, I bring you a present. Here you go. It's like, oh my god, bone? Thank you. I'm pretty sure it's empty inside, but we like to fill it with stuff and freeze it, and usually keeps Jasper busy for quite a bit. Here, hi. All right, folks, so today I just wanted to do more of a chill sit-down Q&A video because the previous vlog, you know, the topic was a bit heavy. Today I'm just gonna be answering some of your questions, giving you some updates, and just, you know, catching up on how we're doing. How are you doing? Yeah? Make yourself a bevragino, you know, do your laundry, do some chores, play this in the background, do what you gotta do. Ask y'all on Instagram to leave me some questions, and we have quite a few to get through, so let's get started. Very refreshing. How can I gain weight and build mass while being environmentally friendly? I would say reduce your intake of red meat. I wouldn't necessarily you need to cut it out, but even reducing it is definitely gonna make a big impact on the environment. But also, if you are looking to switch to a plant-based diet for your bulk, that is 100% more than doable. Whether you eat animal proteins or plant proteins, just get your proteins, train hard in the gym, and make sure you are recovering, eating in a caloric surplus, all that good stuff. How do you create motivation when you are lacking it? I don't know if it's necessarily possible to create motivation. For me, motivation comes and goes, and because it is such a big variable, I mentioned this on my channel before, but you really have to start relying on your discipline. You know, you do things for years and years, and you understand that it's just what you have to do to get to your goals. So for myself, you know, I don't work out or move my body daily because I have motivation necessarily. It's because I know if I do it, it helps me. And I think that's just comes with time. Where did Be Less Shitty come from, and why did you decide to make a brand out of it? So Be Less Shitty came from me working as a trainer. My background is in kinesiology. I worked as a strength coach for many years, and I really understood that as I was working with my clients, you know, exercise was just a small component on what I was working with them. You know, a lot of them needed help with their nutrition, their recovery techniques, stress management, and a lot of people just talked to me as like their therapist and just vented about their personal issues. And I just really understood that, you know, wellness is just this big holistic thing. It's not just about exercise. You need to work on each and every single aspect to become a better person, and not necessarily having each of these aspects being perfect, but a bit better. So Bit Less Shitty is just how I put that, because that's just my personal vocabulary. It's just how I talk with my friends, and the style and the tone of my vlogs is just that, like a conversation with friends. So that's where Be Less Shitty came from. You know, it's about being less shitty, not about being perfect, whether that comes to minimalism, sustainability, plant-based living, etc. Just be less shitty. What was the response like from your coming out video? It's kind of interesting because I made that video to show that you don't have to come out, but because it was my coming out video, it turned out to be my coming out video, if that kind of makes sense. You know, for the most part, I think people really appreciated that, yeah, you don't have to be very public or over-exaggerate everything, and that you can definitely do it low-key. But I think a couple people misunderstood and thought by me saying you don't have to come out, that it meant that you were in the closet, and that's not what I'm trying to say. I 100% think you can be out of the closet but still not have your sexuality define you as a person. You know, when people ask, obviously I tell them I'm dating Ryan, but it's not necessarily the first thing I tell people. And I think that just makes sense whether you are straight or not. Like nobody asked kind of thing. But yeah, honestly, for the most part, it was very, very well received. So I just want to say a big thank you to all of you guys. If you've watched the video, left a comment, because yeah, I think it's a message that has to be said more. I was definitely nervous about making a video like that, because yeah, it is a little bit controversial. But yeah, I'm very glad that I made that video. What was your major in college? I majored in sport performance and I studied kinesiology. And on that note, a couple people have said like, why does Joe bring up his like kinesiology degree every time he does a fitness related video? And that is because people are not going to listen to me, because look at me, I just look like any other scrawny little Asian kid. At least I have my degree, and you know, that gives me a little bit of a backup. It's not like I'm this like big shredded buff dude that's, you know, giving fitness advice. You know, at least I got a very, very expensive piece of paper and 4 years of education and experience to, you know, say something about the industry. So that is why I make sure to mention my degree every time I do a very fitness or wellness oriented video. It's because I fucking paid for it, so I might as well get something out of it. So many questions about how Ryan and I met. Guys, no, maybe, I don't know. All right, get this video to 100,000 likes. We'll do a relationship tag. Skincare routine. I actually have a dedicated video on this, but I do a cleanse, I do a double cleanse and a water-based cleanser. Then I go in with the moisturizer, and then in the PM, I use my tretinoin or retin-A, and then in the AM, I just don't use the tretinoin and use the sunscreen. That's pretty much it. Why does Jasper love Ryan more than you? Jasper. Is this true? Honestly, it's probably because Jasper spends literally every hour of the day with me because I work from home, and Ryan is at work like 12 plus hours of the day. So when he gets home, obviously Jasper is very excited. Plus I'm usually the one that's holding the camera, so you get to see his reaction. But yeah, Jasper loves me too. Probably more than Ryan, because you know, we're just having a good time right now, Jasper. Yeah. When is the big move happening? So it is just over a week before we move. Very exciting. Obviously, I'm gonna vlog everything because that is just moving, and new apartments are just part of the brand now. And even though vlogging whilst moving out makes it 10 times more stressful, doing it for you guys, for the content, alright? What is the best summer/spring Lululemon wear? I actually have a video with them coming up, so stay tuned for that one. And there are definitely some new pieces I am very, very excited for you guys to see. But yeah, stay tuned. What is your favorite thing to eat? Ooh, this one's tough. Canned peaches is definitely up there. Frozen mangoes. Hummus is also really up there. Korean barbecue is up there. Do you want kids? Eventually, like I personally fucking love kids. However, I am just starting my career. Plus I already have one child. I feel like an actual human child would just be too much. So maybe in like 10, 15 years, that'd be something we'll look into. But as of right now, Jasper is more than enough. Actually, maybe Jasper could use a little brother or sister. Jasper? Yeah, I think so, but we'll see. Beginner tip on losing fat but also developing muscle mass. First, I would start off by understanding how much we're currently eating. So maybe take 2 weekdays, 1 weekend, and just track everything you're eating. You know, assuming that you are currently not gaining or losing weight, you can call that your maintenance levels, and then just subtract 300 to 400 calories. And while you do that, you can start going to the gym, you know, 3 days a week, and just kind of take it from there. But yeah, I would say that's a pretty solid base point, but obviously these are just generic numbers. Make the numbers work for you. Favorite drinks at the moment? I have definitely been abusing this ARC water carbonator that I got recently. I'm currently in my honeymoon stages with it. It's honestly phenomenal. I'm probably gonna go through that cylinder pretty quick, but it's so good. Like, you can add carbonated water to anything and make it like a little tonic, coffee tonic, athletic greens tonic. Just so good. Any skincare updates? Not really. Like, I'm testing out some new sunscreens. Like, I want to find a really nice mineral sunscreen that is big and can be used for the face. Like, I want at least, I don't know, 3 to 5 ounces. I feel like every fucking sunscreen is just so tiny. I don't understand. Like, you're supposed to use a 1/4 tablespoon or whatever, and they all just come in like tiny little 10 ml vials, and you're supposed to reapply every 2 hours. Like, make that make sense. So I don't know, if you guys have any mineral sunscreen recommendations for your face, whether it's tinted, untinted, let me know. If I were to use a regular sunscreen and reapply like the direction says, then I'll go through one a week. Like, I don't understand how people are making their sunscreen last months and months. Like, you're probably not using enough. Briefs or boxers kind of guy, definitely boxer briefs. If you guys haven't already seen my Sax underwear review video, check it out. Hands down, best underwear of all time. Advice for new couples and your favorite thing to do with your partner. For new couples, man, I know everyone says this, but communication and just talking about how you're feeling, it's just so important because, you know, we're not mind readers. We don't know what the other person is thinking, and you might be, you know, conveying their emotions completely different than how they are feeling. So the best thing to do is just talk it out like adults, and yeah, just use your words. And the favorite thing to do with my partner is probably go out to restaurants and just eat good food, drink good drinks. It's just a really good time. Where did you get your furniture from? So probably like 90% of the furniture we have is from Article. They actually sponsored the previous 2 apartment tours and actually the apartment tour coming up. So yeah, Article, they're great. They're based in Vancouver. Highly recommend. How do you motivate yourself to do things on days where you really don't want to? Yeah, like I mentioned before, it really does come down to discipline. Like, what the hell do you want and how bad do you want it? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there are definitely days where I just don't do it because even with discipline, I'm just having a shit day. I'm just like, fuck it. But for the most part, I understand what I have to do, and you just do it. Can you give us a makeup tutorial? I actually ordered some new products from Glossier, so I'm very excited to try those out. But you know, who knows? Be less shitty beauty. All right, folks, I think that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this chill, you know, sit down Q&A session, answered some of your questions. You know, hopefully you got some laundry done or just watched me talk. That works too. Thinking of getting back into like an uploading schedule, but making it Monday, Friday, and then Wednesday, and then Monday, Friday, if that kind of makes sense. Because that way you guys get a video like every 3 to 4 days. Plus, I just like how it looks in my calendar, you know, spaced out like that. Call me crazy, because I fucking am. And that's pretty much it for this video. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and family, and remember to be less shitty. Thanks, guys. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, you sleepyhead? You silly goose? Yeah.